everybody, what's going on? It's your girl, JustT. I hope that everyone is doing awesome today as always. I hope you all are doing awesome. Yes, I do. Okay. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, come on now, sit back, chill out, watch the video, leave a comment, hit the like button, dislike button. It's all the same to me. I appreciate it all. I really, truly do. But ultimately, I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel and also hit that bell so you know when tea is cooking again, all right? So on today, y'all, I'm so excited. It's so funny because I act crazy by myself. Yes, ma'am, I do. Okay? But we are going to be making some spaghetti and meatballs today. Not only am I excited about this, though, let me tell you guys why. Because we are making my spaghetti and meatball recipe. We're making homemade spaghetti sauce, y'all. Come on now, walk with me. Homemade spaghetti sauce. It's so easy to make. And we're making homemade meatballs. You ain't got to go to the store and buy no meatballs. Come on, because I'm going to hook y'all up. I'm going to get you right. All right? So in order to get this started, it might look like a whole bunch of shh on my counter, but it's not. It's not. Let me break this down for y'all. All right, so to get started, you guys gonna definitely need some spaghetti, right? So I have one pound package of spaghetti pasta. I say spaghettis, but y'all might say spaghetti. And also, we're going to be using some ground beef. This is a 1 pound packet of ground beef, and this is 80-20 ground beef. I'm gonna save some of that. I'm not gonna use that whole pack. And I also have a 1 pound packet of ground pork as well, because we're going to make meatballs with that. And also you're going to need some onions, and I have 2 like medium-sized onions that I diced up very, very small and cried for about a good 5 or 10 minutes while I was doing it, but it felt good to get some of that out. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to need about that. You're also going to need some ricotta cheese. And this is a, what size container cheese is this? Oh my gosh. Well, thing is, it don't matter what size this is because we only going to be using about a half a cup of ricotta cheese. All right, that's going to be for those meatballs. And we also have, I have this Italian blend cheese. It has Parmesan, Asiago, and Romano cheese. We're going to add some of that as well. You're also going to need some garlic. Some minced garlic. If you have fresh garlic and you want to use that, that's always fine. You know, I always say that. And now back here, y'all, don't be laughing. But I have some cans that I was like, I didn't want to show who this was by, which was kind of crazy. I don't know. I had a moment. I'm like, these people ain't paying me to be, promoting their items. But then it's like, look it, I'm going to have to take the labels off of every damn thing I make, right? So nobody got time for that, right? Where they do that at? So anyways, this right here, even though it don't got no label on it, even though it has no label on it, this is a 13-ounce can of tomato paste. I feel so silly. Tomato paste, 13-ounce can. Yeah, it was on there. And this right here, even though it doesn't have a label either, this is a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. Now, when I bought these, one was a basil flavored crushed tomatoes, and the other one was just regular. So I have two cans, 28 ounces. Oh my gosh, don't laugh. Y'all probably gonna get me in them comments though. That junk is funny. Have my packet of sazon, of course. And for seasonings as well, you're gonna need some basil. You're also going to need some garlic powder. Also going to need some black pepper, some seasoned salt, some Italian seasoning. You're also going to need some dry parsley, like the dried parsley flakes. And you're also going to need some fresh parsley. Now, you can probably still use dry if you can't get fresh, but I promise you, when you make this, try it this way with the fresh. Try it. You're going to love it. You're going to also need some breadcrumbs. You can get the plain breadcrumbs, but I have the Italian because this is what I got at my house. So that's what I'm using. Now also in this cup, because I have a big ass thing of oregano, I just took some out. So we're going to be using some oregano, dried oregano as well. And you're going to need 2 eggs. 2 eggs. And so I'm going to go ahead and clear this off some, and we're going to get into, first we're going to get into making that sauce, because we want to let that sauce simmer. So I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, guys, so welcome back, and I have this pan on top of the stove, and into here I have 1/4 cup of olive oil. I'm going to pour that in here, because now we're about to saute those onions, and we're also going to add in some garlic. I'm going to put all those onions in there, and that was 2 onions that I diced up. And now I'm going to add 1 big scoop, because y'all know I love garlic. So 1 big tablespoon, a little bit more of minced garlic. And I'm going to put a little bit more in there, just a little bit. About 2 tablespoons, I'll say. 2 tablespoons of garlic. I'm going to add a little bit of seasoned salt. I'm just going to sprinkle some in here. Just a little bit. About a half a teaspoon of that. And also about the same with black pepper. About a half a teaspoon. We're going to get these ready for our sauce. So I'm going to let these cook down for a little bit. Probably for about a good 5 or 10 minutes. Okay guys, so welcome back. So I let these saute, these onions and the minced garlic saute for about a good 10 minutes. About a good 10 minutes. Stirring them up occasionally, because you don't want it to burn. If it looks like it's going to burn, then just turn your eye down some. And so what I'm going to do is I have 1/3 cup, and I'm going to just take 1/3 cup of this out, because I want to put this inside of the meatballs. So I'm going to sit that to the side. And then what I have here is that 13-ounce can of tomato paste. I'm going to put that in here. So you want to empty that entire can out into here, and we're going to let this cook for a little bit. I'm just going to mix this up in here. Because we don't want our sauce to taste like it came out of a can. And with the tomato paste, once you start to smell it, then it's going to be ready, you know, to mix in those crushed tomatoes. And I get the crushed tomatoes instead of getting those whole tomatoes or the diced ones, because crushed is going to be so much smoother. You ain't got to squeeze them up or do nothing to them. They're already crushed. And your spaghetti sauce is going to come out a lot smoother. So I need this to just kind of come together a little bit once I start smelling it. And like right now, I'm not smelling it right now. So I learned that on TV, y'all. I sure did. Learned it on TV. I love to watch cooking shows, y'all. But yeah, learned that on TV. I forgot what they call it. I'm not sure if y'all know or not. You know, when you put tomato paste in your pan, you want to wait until the aroma hits your nose. Ha. Classy? Yeah, I am sometimes. So you want to wait till it hits your nose. Because you got to wake it up. Because it's been in a can sleeping. I don't know how long this been in this can, you know. But I just want to let this go for a minute. See, I'm starting to smell it a little bit now. Like, I can smell it. This is going to be so freaking good, y'all. Once you make your own spaghetti sauce, forget about that can. Especially if you're trying to impress somebody or something, or make dinner for your boo thing. Here you go. JustT got you. I'm going to look out for you, all right? So now we're going to add in those 2 28-ounce cans of crushed tomatoes. See that? Because it's crushed. Add that in there. And we're going to let this simmer for 30 minutes. Now, if you have longer than 30 minutes that you can let this simmer for, will be even more better. Because the longer you let spaghetti sauce simmer for it and sit, the more those flavors are going to wake up. So I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit because I want to add a couple of those dry seasonings to this. So I just want to stir this up really quick. I also have some mushrooms. I'm going to add a couple of those in here. So my husband loves mushrooms, you know, but I don't. So I'm going to try and leave those big. So that way I can see them. let me get these seasonings. And okay, so now I got my seasonings, my dry seasonings. So I have some basil, some dry basil. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of basil. I'm going to put that in there. Same thing with the Italian seasoning. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Need to get some more. A little bit more than 1 tablespoon, but don't be scared of no seasonings, y'all. Same thing with the oregano. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of oregano. Put that in there. Seasoned salt. I'm going to just do this. So I don't really want a lot. This is like a 1/2 teaspoon of seasoned salt. Put that in there. Same with the black pepper. I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper as well. And also you want to go ahead and preheat your oven for 425 because that's what we're going to be cooking those meatballs on. And also too, what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to like brown up some of that ground beef, and I'm going to add it into here as well to make a meat sauce. But I tell you, once you guys do this for real, I'm telling you, forget that jar sometimes. If you have the time that, you know, you can put the love into making your own spaghetti sauce, go ahead and do it, because I use that jar too. But I like to make homemade spaghetti sauce as well, because you can make it your own. You can do whatever you want to do to it. You can also into this add a little bit of sugar, you know. You can do whatever you want to it. I'm also going to add a couple red pepper flakes in here that I didn't put out, but I'm going to add just a pinch. And I'll be right back, guys. But I've turned this down now, and I'm just going to let this simmer. Okay, guys, so back here, I'm just browning a little bit of that ground beef into a pan. Not much, just a little bit. Like I said, I just want to add some meat into my spaghetti sauce. And I also put those mushrooms in here strictly for my husband, and I just left them whole. But if you want to put mushrooms in yours, you can definitely, I would chop them up, you know, or you can leave them whole. I just like to do this so that way I could pick them out. So I just wanted to show you guys that stuff. And now we're about, guys, so welcome back. So now we're going to get to making these meatballs. This is the fun part, y'all. This is the awesome part. So you definitely want to start out with clean hands, right? Clean hands. Because we're going to be getting all up in there, all up in these meatballs and stuff. So first, I'm starting out with that 1 pound of ground pork. And I also have 1 pound of ground beef, but I took off a little bit because I added that into the meat, to the spaghetti sauce to make it a meat sauce. So if you don't like pork either, you know, use ground turkey or something. That still work the same, you know. Some people don't like pork, and it's all good. Also, now remember those vegetables that we sauteed, those onions and that garlic, and that's a 1/3 cup, and I'm going to add that into here. So 1/3 cup of that, and also I have 1 cup of breadcrumbs. I'm going to add that in here. So that's 1 cup of breadcrumbs. And remember those 2 eggs we had, I beat those lightly, and we're going to add that in here. And also we're going to add in 1/2 cup of fresh basil. Why do I always do this? We're going to add in 1 cup of fresh parsley. Goodness, not basil, parsley. 1/2 cup. Put that in there. So silly. And also, too, we're going to do the same thing with that ricotta cheese. We're going to add in 1/2 cup of ricotta cheese. So, I'm trying to get some of that into my cup. One cup. Put that in there. These meatballs are going to be so good, y'all, and so tasty. Y'all going to be like, okay, T, go ahead, girl. And also, too, with that Italian cheese blend, we're going to add 1/2 cup of that as well. So I'm going to put 1/2 cup into this little measuring cup that I got. Because usually, y'all, I would just grab it and put it in. That'd be like a fistful or something. So we're going to add that in here as well. Put that in there. Now we're going to add in 1/4 cup of milk. Add that in there. Put that in there. And now with the seasonings, I'm going to add, this is that oregano. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of oregano. Put that in there. 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Basically, it's going to be like 1 teaspoon of all of our seasonings. So this is that was Italian seasoning. I believe I said that. And this is basil. So we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of basil. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of black pepper. The only thing I'm not going to do a teaspoon of is that seasoned salt. Just going to add a little bit of seasoned salt in my hand, just a little bit, probably like half a teaspoon. Now, if you want to put more in there, then you can, but that's all I'm going to put in here. And then my packet of sazon, I'll add that in here. And I'm also going to add just a pinch of red pepper flakes, just a little bit. Nothing to make it spicy. But, you know, a lot of people are scared to cook with crushed red pepper because they think that it's going to automatically add some heat to it. And it's really not. It depends on how much you use. So if you just use a pinch, you know, use a pinch of it. That's not going to add anything. And even that's not going to add nothing into it. Nothing spicy. Nothing you got to be scared of. Come on, y'all. Walk with me with this, all right? And so now we're going to just go ahead and get in here and mix it all up, all right? Just want to mix everything up with your hands. Okay, guys, so now we're back. And so we're going to get to forming these meatballs so we can go ahead and get them into the oven. So I have a pan that I prepared. And it has, you know, one of those little pan racks on it. Really cheap, y'all. Really cheap. Go to, like, you know, Walmart, Family Dollar, one of them little stores. Just get you a little cheap little pan, little baking pan with the little oven top on it. You know, it's gonna make your life a whole lot better. It is, because you can do so much with this. But anyways, I always line the bottom of it with foil just to catch any of the oil that's coming off of these meatballs, and it's gonna help me with my cleanup at the end of the day. That's always good, right? So now we're going to just form some meatballs. So you're going to get yourself, depends on how big you want yours. I want my meatballs a nice size. So I'm like grabbing about like this much. Can you guys see that? So yeah, getting about that much. They're going to be big, y'all. So I'm going to just roll these up. They kind of look like a, I don't know, like a, almost like a pool ball. No, a pool ball is bigger. So I'm just going to make them like that. Want them kind of big. Now you can make them smaller if you like. It's totally up to you. I'm just going to line this tray up with them. And if you have like a ice cream scoop, like a small size one, you know, yeah, because the ice cream scoop might be too big. But a nice size ice cream scoop, the smaller version, will probably help you so that you get all of yours uniform sizes. If you want to be like, I need them all to be the same size T. Like you got some of them big and some small. Like, I can't do that. Where they do that at? If you're like that, then go ahead. Make them the same size. But as for me, they going to be the size that they come out, which is big. They going to be big. All right, I'm going to bring y'all back in a minute. Okay, guys, so welcome back. And so I finished forming those meatballs. And this is what I have right now. And I have my oven set for 425. I'm going to let these bake for like maybe 20 to 25 minutes. But I'll let you guys know exact bake time once I take them out and I temp them, because you want to make sure that they are temping at 165. All right, that's when you're going to know they're done. 165. All right, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to finish putting these meatballs into the sauce, into our homemade pasta sauce, y'all. We made this together. We sure did. Those meatballs look so good. So I'm gonna give my spaghetti a little twirl first before I mix that up. And my spaghetti, I have it over here cooking, and you want to salt your water really, really good, because that's the only time you're going to be able to get salt into your spaghetti. All right? Let me mix these up. This meatballs up. Well, that one look like it's about to break. That's okay. Now let these meatballs go ahead and get together with this sauce. All right. and then I'm gonna bring you guys back. All right, guys, welcome back. So I plated up the spaghetti with those homemade meatballs and that homemade spaghetti sauce that we made, along with some garlic bread, and I'm gonna put that link in there too. That's mozzarella cheese on top of that with some goodness in the middle. It's got like, oh, it's a garlic spread up in the middle of there. Y'all gotta go check that link out, all right? And as always, I thank you guys for watching my videos and supporting me. And as always, I hope you guys forever stay blessed, y'all. It's JustT. Yeah, I'm about to go eat because this is awesome. You better go ahead and get you some. Ha! I did that. It is good. Hey, Beck. Huh? How does that taste? I keep telling you. This is right here, baby. Restaurant. Yeah. Quality. Matter of fact, no, it's not restaurant quality, baby. Because restaurants don't serve nothing that's good. Aw. It's not on. So you better get you a him. He be hyping me up. Yeah, the bread is good. The garlic bread is good, y'all. It's really good. Y'all gotta go ahead and try that recipe, all right? I'm out, y'all. It's JustT.